Nobody saw this coming, not even the ones who claimed they knew everything about Chrisean rock and her chaotic lifestyle. But now the silence is shattered, and it's coming from someone who's never held her tongue. Blueface's own mother, Carlissa. Late last night, during a live session that sent shockwaves through the internet, Carlissa broke down in tears, her voice trembling as she claimed she couldn't stay quiet any longer. And what she exposed? It wasn't gossip. It wasn't hearsay. It was a chilling, gut-wrenching allegation about Chrisean and her baby boy, Jay Rye, the child that's been the center of controversy since the day he was born. Carlissa didn't hold back. She described in graphic detail something she claims she personally witnessed during her visit with the baby. She alleges that Jay Rye is suffering from a serious physical deformity, one that she believes is a direct result of Chrisean's secret habits during pregnancy, habits that were hidden from the public until now. But here's where it gets worse, much worse. Carlissa claims that she tried to warn Blueface, she tried to speak to Chrisean, but instead of being heard, she says she was silenced, threatened, and pushed out of the inner circle. And now that she's going public, she's already being hit with backlash, trolls, and even legal threats. But why now? Why is she choosing this moment to go nuclear? And most importantly, what exactly did she see in that house that left her crying on camera? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear will leave you absolutely speechless. And once the next twist hits, there's no going back. Let's get into it. To understand how we reached this breaking point, the moment Carlissa, Blueface's own mother, stood in front of her phone camera, trembling with rage and regret, we have to rewind the clock. We need to retrace the volatile chain of chaos that's defined the relationship between Blueface, Chrisean Rock, and everyone orbiting their destructive storm, including their now 1-year-old son. Jay Rye. From the moment Chrisean Rock first exploded into the public eye, she didn't just make waves, she caused tidal destruction. Her relationship with Blueface was like throwing gasoline on a wildfire. Fights, arrests, public meltdowns, thrown bottles, leaked voicemails, nothing was ever off limits. But while the cameras captured the drama, what they didn't show was what was happening behind closed doors, especially once Chrisean became pregnant. At the time, people were divided. Some saw the pregnancy as a turning point. This will finally calm her down, fans whispered online. Motherhood will change her. But insiders say what really happened was far more sinister. According to leaked DMs, alleged former friends, and now Carlissa herself, Chrisean didn't slow down. She didn't detox, disappear, or refocus. She doubled down, according to Carlissa's inner circle. And remember, this is a woman who once disowned her own son on Instagram. There were multiple red flags early on during the pregnancy. Allegedly, people close to Chrisean noticed she was still partying late into the night. People say she was spotted at multiple club appearances, popping up at Zeus Media events, and even caught vaping in the background of a now-deleted IG story. Screenshots circulated, then vanished. Claims were made, then silenced. But here's where things started to spiral. At the 6-month mark, insiders claim Blueface began distancing himself. And that's when Carlissa, who had been feuding with Chrisean on and off, started to panic. She began hinting that something wasn't right with the baby. Not physically, not medically, but spiritually. She made cryptic comments on live streams. "Y'all don't know what that girl's doing," she said once, blinking back tears. "I pray over that child every single night, 'cause I don't trust what's going in or out of that house." People brushed her off as bitter, but the unease never went away. Then came Jay Rye's birth. From the moment he was born, the chaos didn't stop. Fans noticed immediately how unusually private Chrisean was about her newborn. For someone who's made a living off exposing every fight, every mess, every tattooed name, suddenly she was silent. No face pics, no hospital footage, no interviews. And when she finally did post a blurry, low-lit photo of the baby's hand, it set off a flurry of speculation. That's when the conspiracy theories began. People began claiming the baby wasn't okay. Some said he had a condition, others said he looked underweight. Then came the TikToks from alleged NICU nurses, pointing out that the way Chrisean was holding him suggested developmental fragility. And still, Chrisean said nothing. Blueface posted cryptic bars on Twitter. "You can birth a child and still be dead inside." Fans speculated he was talking about Chrisean. Carlissa, meanwhile, went dark until now, because while the internet was fighting over theories, she was allegedly trying to get access to her grandson. And according to her, she was denied repeatedly. She posted long Instagram captions detailing how Chrisean was refusing to let her see Jay Rye. She claimed Blueface wouldn't return her calls. She posted receipts of unanswered texts, all begging, "Let me see my grandbaby." For months, she was locked out. But then something shifted. Out of nowhere, Carlissa went silent again. And then, just 2 weeks ago, she posted a blurry photo of what looked like a tiny baby foot. No caption, just a praying hands emoji. And that's when the internet realized Carlissa had seen the baby. Somehow, some way, she had finally gotten in. What she saw left her in pieces. On a live stream that lasted just 13 minutes, Carlissa sat in her car, visibly shaken. "I ain't gonna lie to y'all," she said, voice cracking. "I didn't want to do this, I really didn't. But I can't hold this in no more." What followed was a torrent of raw accusations that sent social media into a tailspin. She claimed that Jay Rye wasn't developing normally. She claimed his eyes were struggling to focus, his limbs were tight, his neck wasn't holding, and the worst part? She claimed the doctors already told Chrisean something was wrong, and she ignored it. But Carlissa didn't stop there. She alleged that during the pregnancy, Chrisean had spiritual visitors coming into the house, that there were rumors she was mixing herbs, smoke, and chants to protect the baby. She claimed there were strange people in and out of the house, and that one of them, allegedly a self-proclaimed healer, told Chrisean to cleanse the baby's future by silencing the past. Whatever that meant, it didn't sit right. But here's where it gets disturbing. Carlissa hinted that Chrisean may have been engaging in dangerous behavior during the pregnancy that went far beyond partying. She said there were certain powders in the kitchen. She claimed to have found what she described as ritual markings on the bedroom floor. "It wasn't just weed," she whispered. "It wasn't just alcohol. It was something dark, something I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. And the biggest bombshell? Carlissa said she has photos. She claimed she took discreet pictures during her visit, and now people are pressuring her to leak them. But what exactly do those photos show? Why hasn't she released them yet? And if everything she said is true, why is Chrisean acting like nothing's wrong?" The tension has never been this high. Fans are demanding answers. Insiders are allegedly leaking voice notes. And somewhere in the middle of this circus is a 1-year-old child whose very health and safety are now at the center of a battle more public and more brutal than anyone could have imagined. And what Carlissa revealed next wasn't just disturbing, it was horrifying, because this wasn't just about spiritual rituals or delayed development. It wasn't about partying or bad parenting. What she said next on that same live was something so specific, so terrifying, that people immediately began reporting the video to Instagram. Within hours, it was flagged and removed, but not before it was screen recorded, not before clips made it to TikTok, and not before one comment changed everything. "She's not lying. I worked in that clinic. We saw the charts." That one comment opened the floodgates. Everything shifted the moment that single TikTok comment went viral. At first, people assumed it was just another troll looking for attention, but within minutes, the comment had racked up thousands of likes, then tens of thousands. Then duet reactions started flooding in, former nurses, alleged clinic assistants, even anonymous accounts claiming to be medical insiders, all stitching the same words. "She's not lying. I worked in that clinic. We saw the charts." Suddenly, Carlissa's emotional meltdown wasn't just drama anymore. It was a medical mystery, a scandal with paperwork, charts, and whispers behind closed doors. And this is where everything truly detonated. Because while everyone was arguing about who was lying, another account, brand new, created just hours earlier, posted a screenshot, a blurred-out medical form. No names. But the date matched the exact week Chrisean went in for a prenatal checkup last year. The account wrote, "This case was flagged twice. The doctor recommended intervention. She refused." The internet froze. Within minutes, blogs began publishing speculative articles. Twitter threads unraveled alleged timelines. YouTubers posted hour-long breakdowns with red circles, blurry arrows, dramatic music, and all of it pointed to one thing. There was something wrong with the pregnancy long before Jay Rye was born. But while the world was just catching up, Blueface's mom, Carlissa, was already spiraling deeper. Because after that viral live, insiders say Blueface called his mother privately. The call reportedly lasted 56 seconds, not a minute longer, and according to someone close to Carlissa, he didn't ask how she was doing. He didn't ask about the baby. He didn't ask what she saw. He told her to shut it down, but she refused. For the first time in years, she said she wasn't protecting him anymore. She claimed she warned him for months. She begged him to intervene. She begged him to go with Chrisean to her appointments. She begged him to insist on tests. But every time she tried to speak up, she says Chrisean blocked her, insulted her, accused her of praying against the baby, even told doctors she was mentally unstable. And then came the message that pushed Carlissa to her breaking point. An alleged text from someone in Chrisean's circle. "If you speak on that baby one more time, we're leaking your address. Stay in your lane." That was the moment she says she grabbed her keys, sat in her car, and went live. But the hurt didn't stop there. Because as her live went viral, more alleged insiders started talking. And one of them, an anonymous account with medical jargon in their bio, posted something nobody expected, a voice note, a shaky, low-quality, almost whispered message from a woman claiming to work at the prenatal clinic. The voice cracked as she spoke. The baby had signs early on, muscle rigidity, low tone, and she refused the follow-up referral. We tried contacting the family twice. There was no response. The internet lost its mind. Suddenly, every influencer, journalist, reaction channel, and gossip page was scrambling. Screenshots, slowed down audios, reposted clips. The story exploded. And in the center of the chaos stood two women, Carlissa, who wouldn't back down, and Chrisean, who refused to say a word. But then, everything took a darker turn. Because another alleged insider dropped what they called a leaked message between Chrisean and a friend, dated months before the birth. The screenshot showed a message that read, "If he comes out wrong, it's 'cause of God, not 'cause of me. Whatever happens was meant." And below it, another chilling line, "They keep trying to scare me. I'm protected." Fans went into full panic mode. But here's where the conflict hits its peak. Because out of nowhere, Chrisean finally broke her silence. Indirectly. During a backstage moment caught on a fan's phone, she's seen holding Jay Rye, pacing aggressively, yelling, "Stop saying something wrong with him. Y'all weird. My baby is fine. Y'all want to curse us." The baby in her arms appeared stiff, eyes wide, unblinking, and that clip alone caused a wildfire. People slowed down the footage frame by frame, claiming his movement looked unnatural. They zoomed in on his arms, his posture, his stillness. "He looks rigid," one comment said. "He's not reacting," said another. But the most viral comment, "He's not blinking." Suddenly, the internet wasn't discussing rumors anymore. They were analyzing the baby's body in real time, tearing apart every clip, every picture, every frame. And while all of this was happening, Carlissa made the most shocking allegation yet. On her second live, one she tried to delete but which was re-uploaded 500 times within an hour, she revealed the specific deformity she claims the baby has. She said, "His spine ain't sitting right, and they know why. Y'all don't want to hear that part." The world stopped. A spinal deformity? From what? How? Comments flooded her, live. "Explain it. What did she do? How is this possible? You can't just say that and leave." But Carlissa kept crying. She refused to say more. She just kept repeating, I told y'all months ago. Nobody listened." And then, mid-sentence, She ended the live. That was when the internet collectively lost control. Creators started making charts comparing prenatal risks. Threads appeared, explaining fetal development issues. People began linking past live streams where Chrisean admitted to smoking, drinking, or cleansing rituals. Others dug up videos of her carrying J-Rye improperly, posting bizarre captions, or referencing protection spells. But the biggest shift came from Blueface himself, who suddenly posted a cryptic tweet. "I hope y'all ready for the truth. No explanation, no clarity, no follow-up. Just 7 words that made everything a million times worse." Blogs began speculating that Blueface himself had documents. Others thought he was planning to expose Chrisean. Some believed he was ready to testify in court. Others claimed he was warning his mom to back off. Nobody knew, and Blueface didn't clarify. But while everyone was dissecting his tweet, another bombshell hit. A TikTok user posted a dark, grainy video recorded outside a Los Angeles clinic. The caption read, "This is her. She's here. Something is wrong." The figure in the video was unmistakably Chrisean, hood up, shoulders tense, holding something bundled in a blanket. And behind her, a man in scrubs carrying paperwork. People began speculating, did she finally take the baby in? Is this an emergency visit? Did a doctor call CPS? Is she hiding something? The video cut off before anything else was shown, but the damage was already done, and then the first twist slammed into the story like an earthquake, because hours after that clip surfaced, an anonymous user posted what they claimed was a transcript of a private conversation between a nurse and an administrator about a baby brought in for suspected spinal irregularities. The transcript described limited neck mobility, tension in the legs, and difficulty maintaining eye focus. At the bottom of the leaked note, a handwritten line, "Mother refused additional testing. Demanded to leave immediately." If real, this was catastrophic. If fake, it was masterfully convincing. But before anyone could verify the document, a second post appeared, this time from someone claiming to be the nurse in the room. They wrote, "She was terrified. She kept saying, 'They're plotting on me,' and trying to cover the baby's face. I've never seen anything like it." And just like that, the narrative flipped. This wasn't just about medical neglect anymore. This wasn't just about deformities or developmental issues. This was about something much darker. Chrisean's fear, her paranoia, her insistence that someone was after her. And suddenly, people started asking different questions. Why is she avoiding doctors? What exactly is she hiding? And why? Does she believe someone is plotting against her? But the craziest part? We're just getting started. Because the next twist, what leaks next, who speaks next, and what surfaces next, is going to flip this entire story upside down. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will prepare you for how deep this goes. Everything until now had been disturbing, alarming, even heartbreaking. But what came next? It was a complete unraveling of reality. Because just as social media was drowning in theories about baby J-Rye's health, Chrisean's paranoia, and Carlissa's allegations, a leak surfaced that changed the entire trajectory of the story. And this time, it wasn't a voice note. It was a video. At exactly 3:42 a.m., a burner account with 0 followers, 0 posts, and a cryptic username uploaded a 47-second grainy video clip. The title? For those still in denial, this is what she's doing to that baby. No intro, no description, no hashtags, just a single caption underneath, "Pray for him." Before it's too late, in the video, a woman, allegedly Chrisean, is seen inside a dimly lit room. Candles line the edges of the floor in a perfect circle. The baby, barely visible, is wrapped tightly in a cloth on the floor's center. Chrisean is chanting, low, rhythmic, trance-like. She moves her hands in strange motions, tossing herbs and powders into the air. A shirtless man, his face covered in paint, dances in slow circles behind her. And then, Chrisean suddenly looks straight at the camera. She freezes, points, screams something unintelligible. The video cuts to black. The internet exploded. Twitter went into full meltdown mode. Reddit threads spread like wildfire. TikTok's For You page was flooded with breakdowns, reaction clips, and cries for immediate intervention. Fans were begging authorities to step in. Petitions were started. Influencers, some who had once defended Chrisean, were now denouncing her, saying, "We stayed silent too long." But it got worse, because less than an hour later, another leak surfaced. This time, it was from a Zeus Media intern who claimed they had access to internal group chats from when Chrisean was still filming for Baddies. Screenshots showed messages between producers joking about Chrisean's weird baby rituals on set. One message read, "She had sage and holy water in her bag again, LOL." Another read, "Bro, she was whispering over the baby before we rolled. That child ain't blinking, I swear." And one more, the one that shocked even longtime fans. "Should we be filming this? Feels wrong." Within hours, Zeus Media was trending. People demanded a response, accused them of covering up abuse, accused them of prioritizing views over the safety of a child. And when they stayed silent, the pressure only grew. Then came the celebrity reactions. Cardi B tweeted, "I don't play when it comes to babies. That video made my heart drop. Y'all better handle this." Nicki Minaj posted a cryptic tweet with a prayer emoji and the words, "Somebody protect that child before the headlines get darker." Even Doja Cat entered the conversation, posting a blurry screen grab from the leaked video and writing, "This industry got demons. Y'all think it's funny till it's too late." Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip. It wasn't just messy drama. It was now an industry-wide crisis with big names demanding accountability, legal experts chiming in, and child advocacy groups stepping forward. But the most chilling twist came not from an outsider, but from someone inside Chrisean's own circle, a former friend, one who had been silent until now, someone fans immediately recognized, Tia, the same girl who was seen partying with Chrisean in early pregnancy videos and who had vanished from her social media entirely for months. Tia posted a 3-minute IG live, no makeup, no filters, eyes puffy from crying, and she didn't hold back. "I ain't protecting nobody anymore. I was there during the pregnancy. I saw what she did. I saw what she put in her body. I saw what she let happen in that house." She went on to describe nights when Chrisean allegedly mixed weed with substances that were not from this country. She claimed men would come into the apartment at 2, 3, 4 a.m., none of them doctors, none of them friends. Just healers, guides, spirit watchers. She said Chrisean would lay on the floor, chant over her belly, and refuse to eat for entire days because she was cleansing the energy. Then came the line that silenced every viewer. She said if the baby comes out broken, it means he wasn't meant for this world. She said the ancestors would decide. The chat section lit up with "Call CPS" and "Is this real?" and "Tell everything." But Tia didn't answer. She ended the live, logged off. And within minutes, her account was gone. Deleted, gone without a trace. That's when people really started panicking. Because now the story wasn't just about Carlissa versus Chrisean. It wasn't just about deformities or parenting. Now it was about rituals, danger, and a baby caught in the middle of something unexplainable. Rumors exploded. People said the house was cursed, that the baby had never cried in public, that every photo posted of him was filtered, edited, blurred. Even more terrifying, a user claimed they spotted Chrisean at a crystal shop just days before the live went viral. Allegedly, she was buying banishing candles and herbs for infant anointment. And here's where it gets fully unhinged. That same user posted a picture they took, Chrisean standing outside the shop, holding a small vial. In the reflection of the store window, J. Rye can be seen in his stroller. And according to fans who zoomed in, his eyes were glowing white. Some said it was flash reflection. Some said it was edited. Others weren't so sure. And then came the final hit, the last nail in the coffin that sent everything into full-blown hysteria. A well-known spiritualist with a huge YouTube following posted a reaction video titled, "That baby has ancestral energy on him. This is not a joke." In the video, the spiritualist played the leaked chanting video frame by frame. She claimed the symbols on the floor were real, that the herbs tossed were binding agents, that the chants translated loosely to cleanse the bloodline. She stared into the camera and said, if those rituals were incomplete, that child might be stuck between worlds. People were terrified. Theories flooded Reddit. Ghost forums discussed whether J-Rai was spiritually compromised. Some claimed to hear whispering in the leaked video. Others tried to clean up the audio and claimed there was a second voice, one not in the room, chanting underneath Chrisean's. But the most horrifying claim? A user posted audio analysis claiming that J-Rai let out a sound at the end of the video, but it wasn't a cry. They claimed it was laughter, infant laughter, but distorted, echoed, mechanical. By now, fans were screaming for anyone to step in. CPS, the courts, a judge, even Blueface, who had remained eerily silent since his cryptic truth tweet. But still, nothing. And Chrisean? She simply posted a story with her signature smirk, holding J-Rai and writing, "Y'all mad he chosen." That was the final straw. Comments flooded in. Chosen by what? This is demonic. Protect that baby at all costs. Somebody stopped this. But nobody knew what to believe anymore because now nothing felt safe. Nothing felt normal. This wasn't just a toxic couple. This wasn't just bad parenting. This wasn't even just medical neglect. This was something spiritual, something primal, something unholy. And the cliffhanger? Well, it came from a voicemail. One posted anonymously to a private Telegram group and later leaked to the public. The voice, a male. Calm. Cold. Measured. Tell Carlissa to stop talking. She doesn't understand what she walked into, and if she shows those pictures, there will be consequences. The moment that mysterious voicemail leaked, the entire internet fractured like glass. Overnight, this story stopped being celebrity drama and transformed into a full-scale public emergency. Fans, celebrities, journalists, bloggers, spiritual leaders, ex-fans, former co-workers, everyone had an opinion. And every opinion was louder, angrier, and more divided than the last. At 9 a.m. the next morning, Chrisean Protect J-Rai began trending worldwide. But at the exact same time, another hashtag climbed the charts. Leave Chrisean alone. And that's when the real battle began. Because suddenly, this wasn't just about a baby. This wasn't about rituals or deformities or Carlissa's meltdown. This became a war between two armies, those who believed every allegation and those who believed Chrisean was being targeted, hunted, and sabotaged. Let's start with the first group, the Protect J-Rai movement. These were the fans who saw the leaked chanting video, the transcripts, the medical claims, the clinic visits, the glowing eyes reflection, and said, enough. TikTok activists began duetting the original clip with desperate pleas. This isn't funny anymore. This child is not okay. Somebody call CPS before this becomes a crime scene. One viral TikTok with over 6.8 million views showed a pediatrician breaking down the baby's posture in recent photos. She paused on one image where he appeared stiff, with his arms pulled close to his body and his neck tilted unnaturally. Her caption read, "This is not normal muscle tone. I don't care what anyone says." The comments were flooded. "We saw this coming. Carlissa was right. This baby needs help. This is worse than we thought." But just as the panic reached its peak, the second army rose up. The ones defending Chrisean with everything they had. According to them, the chanting video was fake, the medical leaks were doctored, the intern screenshots were staged, and the glowing eyes reflection was just camera flash. They claimed Carlissa was clout chasing. They claimed Blueface was manipulating the narrative. They claimed Tia, the former friend, was jealous. One popular influencer, who had previously hung out with Chrisean, posted, "Y'all always trying to make a black mom look crazy. Chrisean loves that baby. Stop playing." Her post went viral, but not for the reasons she expected. Because in the comments, people began dropping new screenshots. older videos of Chrisean yelling at the baby, carrying him by his onesie during a live stream, and cursing at fans who asked why he wasn't blinking. Suddenly, even her defenders grew quiet, and then something unthinkable happened. A well-known LA news station broke into regular programming to report that CPS had officially been alerted by multiple anonymous medical whistleblowers. The anchor's voice was steady. Officials are aware of the online allegations. They are currently reviewing the claims. Boom. That one sentence shook the entertainment industry. Within minutes, Chrisean went live, red-faced, furious, screaming into the camera, "Who called them? Who? Y'all want me in jail?" The comments were brutal. "Yes. Someone has to protect that baby. You did this to yourself. Stop blaming everyone." But the scariest comment? They wouldn't be investigating unless something was real. Celebrities jumped into the battlefield next. Summer Walker posted, "This is breaking my spirit. Babies deserve safety." Sukihana wrote, "That video had to be edited right." Right? Jason Lee posted a shady thinking face emoji under a blog post about the leaked rituals. Even Masika Kalisha chimed in, "This is giving dark energy. I rebuke it." But then, out of nowhere, Blueface finally reappeared. Not in a live stream, not in a tweet, but in an IG story with white text on a black screen. He wrote, "If y'all knew what I knew, this wouldn't even be a debate. No elaboration, no context." And that alone sent fans into chaos. Bloggers began speculating that Blueface had documents, photos, or medical notes. Some claimed he was building a case. Others thought he was preparing to take full custody. Conspiracy channels even suggested he had been warned not to speak. Meanwhile, all of Hollywood was turning on Zeus Media. People flooded their comments. "Why didn't you report this? You knew and did nothing. You filmed a baby in danger." Finally, after 48 hours of silence, Zeus Media released a statement. "We are investigating the authenticity of the leaked footage. We do not condone harm to any cast member or minors." That statement didn't calm anything. It made it worse. Because they didn't deny the footage was real. They didn't say it was fake. They didn't defend Chrisean. They didn't mention the baby at all. They just said they were investigating. People read between the lines. Zeus was terrified. And then came the fan divide meltdown. Some fans began digging up old photos of the baby, slowing them down, zooming in, analyzing the smallest twitch or blink. Others began attacking anyone who defended Chrisean. Others claimed Carlissa was now being stalked after exposing the truth. There were even rumors circulating that she moved hotels because she felt watched. And then, this part is crazy, someone posted footage allegedly taken outside her new location. A car with tinted windows parked outside all night. No movement, no lights, just sitting. The caption, "They watching her," whether real or fake. That clip terrified people. The consensus was clear. This situation wasn't just messy anymore, it was dangerous. And someone, somewhere, was trying to silence the truth. Meanwhile, fans begged for Blueface to speak. They begged for Chrisean to apologize. They begged for someone to release proof. But instead, another leak surfaced, a new one that no one expected. A photo, allegedly taken inside a clinic, showing a tiny infant spine diagram circled in red marker. The note below read, "Deformity suspected, urgent follow-up required." And at the bottom, scribbled in pen, "Mother dismissed findings." The internet didn't breathe for a full minute. The division between supporters and accusers collapsed, and almost everyone, both sides, finally agreed on one terrifying thing. Something was very, very wrong. And this story was nowhere near over. But just when everyone thought the panic had reached its peak, the final twist hit. A twist that changed everything. A twist that flipped the entire narrative upside down. A twist that made even the loudest critics go silent. Just when the entire internet thought it had seen the worst. Just when people believed the leaked rituals, the medical charts, the clinic footage, the glowing eyes reflection, the nurse transcript, and the voicemail threat were the peak. Something happened that nobody, not even the most paranoid conspiracy theorist, was ready for. Because at 2:17 a.m., a brand new leak dropped, not from a burner account, not from an anonymous whistleblower, not from a re-uploaded live stream. This time, it came from inside the Kirk household. A private screenshot, one that appeared to be taken from Carlissa's own phone, was posted by an account with literally one follower. A moon emoji profile picture, no bio, no posts before this. The screenshot showed a text thread between Carlissa and an unknown number. The unknown number wrote, "You think you saw everything? You didn't." Carlissa replied, "Stop texting me, you're scaring me." The unknown number sent another message. She wasn't the only one doing things to that baby. That one sentence set the internet on fire, because the she everyone assumed was Chrisean, but the message didn't specify that. And people realized it could have been anyone, a family member, a producer, a healer, a friend, a doctor, a stranger, even Blueface. And right when fans began spiraling into madness with theories, Hollywood Unlocked dropped a notification on IG stories. Major development in J. Rye case, exclusive leak dropping soon. Within minutes, every gossip page, every celebrity tea channel, every drama influencer was holding their breath. And then the exclusive leak dropped, but it wasn't a video. It wasn't an audio clip. It wasn't a photo. It was a confidential hospital intake note, stamped, watermarked, time stamped, from a clinic that fans quickly cross-referenced and confirmed Chrisean had visited in late September. The note listed infant, male, under 1 year symptoms, muscle tension, abnormal rigidity, delayed head control, additional observation, puncture-like marks on lower back, cause unknown. Stop, everyone froze. Puncture-like marks? On a baby? What? Within seconds, puncture marks was trending at #1 worldwide. Doctors on TikTok were breaking down possible explanations. Some said it could be medical injections, but not typically placed on the lower spine. Others said accidental injury. Others said improper handling. Some said ritualistic practices. Others said abuse. But then one pediatric specialist posted a stitched video that went mega viral. Puncture marks in that exact location. That's not normal, and it's not medical. Millions of people watched in shock. Comment sections filled with, "What is happening to this child? Who did that? This is dangerous. Someone help him. Oh my God, it's worse than we thought." But the twist wasn't finished, because less than 30 minutes after the hospital note leaked, Blueface finally broke his silence. Not through a cryptic post, not through a tweet, not through a shade story. He went live. Face dead, serious, voice shaky, breathing heavy, and he said the words that detonated the entire internet. "I wasn't gonna say this, but I didn't do it, and it wasn't my mom. Y'all blaming the wrong people." The comments went ballistic. "Who did it then? Say the name. Stop talking in circles. We deserve to know." But Blueface kept pacing, rubbing his hands over his head, like he hadn't slept in days. Then he said, "There's somebody she been letting around that baby. Somebody y'all don't even know about. Somebody that shouldn't be near no kids." The internet erupted. Who? Who was he talking about? A healer, a spiritualist, a friend, a relative, a stranger, someone in the industry. And then Blueface said something even more chilling. "I got proof. And when y'all see it, y'all gonna understand everything." Boom. That was it. He ended the live, just cut it off mid-sentence. The comment section screamed. Gossip pages had siren emojis everywhere. YouTubers were posting reaction videos before the live even processed. Fans started theorizing that the puncture marks were from needles, ritual needles. Some said the marks looked like defensive injuries. Others thought the baby was being used for spiritual cleansing ceremonies. Some even said the marks matched ritual acupuncture patterns. And then, the most terrifying twist of all hit. At exactly 4:58 p.m., Chrisean posted an Instagram story. a video, smiling, holding Jay Rye, rocking him slowly, no filters, no candles, no rituals, just her and the baby. But something was wrong. The baby wasn't moving, not blinking, not reaching, not responding, completely stiff in her arms, like a doll. And then she looked directly into the camera and said, "Y'all want to see the truth? Here he is." She kissed his forehead, smiled eerily, and whispered, "He chosen. Y'all just scared of what you don't understand." The story ended. The internet went silent for the first time in weeks because nobody knew what they just watched. A mother showing her baby proudly, or a warning that the darkest chapter hasn't even begun. One thing was clear: whatever's happening to Jay Rye, whatever's happening inside that house, whatever Blueface knows, whatever Carlissa saw, this story is far from over. And the next revelation, it might be the one nobody is ready for. This story isn't just jaw-dropping, it's terrifying. It's real-time, raw, and unraveling faster than anyone can keep up. From Carlissa's emotional breakdown, to the alleged puncture marks, to Blueface's haunting live, to Chrisean's eerie whisper of "he chosen," we are witnessing something far bigger than drama. This is not just another viral moment. This is a crisis. But now it's your turn to weigh in, because we need to ask the hard questions, the ones no one in Hollywood wants to answer. Do you believe Carlissa? What do you think the puncture marks mean? Who is the mystery person Blueface was talking about? And most of all, what is really going on inside that house? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. We're going through everything you post, every theory, every detail, every clue. The more voices that speak up, the more pressure there is on those hiding the truth. And if you made it this far into the video, you already know this story isn't finished. There are too many loose ends, too many people going silent, too many warnings being ignored. We're getting new updates, messages, and leaks every single hour. And when the next twist hits, it's gonna change everything. So here's what you need to do. Subscribe right now. We're breaking this story in real time with exclusive details and leaks no one else has. Smash that like button if you believe Jay Rye deserves protection. Share this video before it gets taken down, flagged, or buried. And turn on your notifications, because when the next recording drops, you'll want to be the first to hear it. This isn't just entertainment anymore, it's a warning. Stay sharp, stay watching, and remember, they're still hiding something. And we're going to find out what. See you in the next update.